So this is my custom Proton pack. I just finished it, but it was originally intended to be kind of like an Aliens crossover, but that didn't really seem to work out. There's some elements that you can sort of pick out with like the pulse rifle grip here and maybe some of the green stuff, because this is actually green. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, there's some elements, but honestly it looks more Fallout-y with the whole post-apocalyptic future technology thing going on. But anyway, there's actually a lot going on here. There's a Crystal Focus version 9 that's running pretty much the same stuff as the other Proton pack that I made. There's also a 12-volt battery that's running the plasma tube. This is a plasma tube for like automotive lighting and stuff. Plus there's a 12-volt solenoid and the ghost trap. By the way, there's an integrated ghost trap. And then there's a separate 7.4-volt battery running another Crystal Focus that's got a burnt-out amp, and I don't think I would ever gonna send it to Mike to get fixed, so I figured I'd throw it in here and use it for lights and stuff like that. But otherwise, there's 4 battery packs in this thing. There's a 12-volt and then there's 3 7.4-volt packs in there. The trap is running a blaster core, but that's doing kind of the same thing as the Guardian bow, where it's linked back into the trigger and stuff, just so I can get like a separate sequence out of it. Anyway, so yeah, here's the power on. There's a separate aux button here, but the main aux is this thumb trigger right here, and it's running, or it'll activate both the lockup and the plasma tube. But I don't know if you can see, there's really ugly fiber optic running all throughout. There's 12mm and 3mm, and the 3mm is kind of coiled around the 12mm. They're both being run off of MHS whip kits that are running the 2 additional dies off of the Crystal Focus. And the reason for that, and again, it's kind of funny looking until you see the trigger being pulled, but I wanted some sort of visual representation of the thrower stream. So in addition to the plasma, it lights up the fiber optic. So yeah, so that's kind of a visual representation of the thrower stream, but it's coming out the muzzle here, so this is the 12mm and there's a 3mm underneath it, but just so it'll project light forward. Otherwise, that's pretty much what that does. So yeah. It disconnects there, and this is actually a battery that has another 12-volt and another 7.4-volt in here in case I want to run the gun without having it attached to the backpack. I can do that too. The remote for the trap is up here, and let me see if I can turn this thing around without knocking everything off the table here. So here's the trap. Ordinarily it would be deployed. It's on a luggage handle, so it can actually lock in place over my head, and it's facing forward, so ideally the whole thing would be, you'd be capturing a ghost with the thrower. I know this sounds really weird now that I'm actually saying it out loud. You'd be capturing it with thrower, and then you would deploy the trap over your head so it's still facing forward, and then you activate it. And yeah, it looks pretty cool in person, but otherwise, when you describe it, it sounds kind of stupid. But yeah, there's a 12-volt solenoid in here, along with Lux 5 Bin 2 Cyan. I don't think I was ever going to use that again, but it works for this project. But it's all controlled off of the remote here. This is the trigger, this is the aux, and then this right here is kind of the same thing as the Guardian bow, how it's the clip-in, clip-out feature. So when you switch ranges, it's Ecto 1. which kind of gives you a reason why you got the little flashy lights there. So yeah.
Please select trap version. Ghost trap 1, ghost trap 2, ghost trap 2, containment ready.
This is just a little bit different sound. It's got like some pulsing going on, so. So, the trap itself, I don't know if you can see, there's just a whole bunch of stuff glued to it. I tried to do the little red bars. They're kind of like on the first Ghostbusters trap. Otherwise, that's all it is just a box. It's made out of Sintra. The whole thing is made out of Sintra, MDF, and EVA foam. I pulled the Alice frame off of the other Proton pack just because I have one. Oh, by the way, there's a little bar graph down here. Doesn't really matter if I told you that or not. Anyway, hope you liked it.
Containment ready. Please select trap version. Ghost trap 2. Audio player. Ghost trap 1. Ghost trap 1. Containment ready.